Hello and welcome to Deadline Horror News Live here for May 25th, 2022. I'm Josh. I'm joined here with Donnie
Hey,
and the Professor Smoke.
What's up?
And Will couldn't be with us, but we are from the All-American Spookshow Podcast. As always, of course, we want to remind you to like and subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to be notified when we upload new videos and go live and everything. So click on that down below. We want you to become a supporter of the Spook Show by going over to patreon.com/AA-Spook-Show and sign up to become a patron. We've got levels starting at $1, $3, all the way up to the crazy $1,000 Spook Show Insanity level. Video minisodes featuring the Library of the Professor every Tuesday. Bonus podcast every month like Spook Show Rewind and Crapster Piece Theater. Professor's Retro Review. Those are the written articles Smoke puts up. Tons more. Early access to the podcast episodes. All that over on patreon.com/AA-Spook-Show. We want to remind you that episode 109 is out now. That just came out this past Monday, and it's our latest horror review, Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth from 1992. So we dip our toes back into the old Hellraiser pool. We decided to open the lament configuration once again and let Pinhead loose.
Yeah.
I don't know why we keep doing this, but we only got about 20 more of these things to go.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd say it's probably all downhill from here, right, Smoke?
Yeah, well, actually, some of those I haven't seen myself either. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the direct ones after this, and some of the ones at the tail end, definitely downhill. The tail end.
Probably all this will be leading us up to the new one that's supposed to be coming out at some point this year. So hopefully we can get to that point and wrap the series up. But we're only 3 in, so we got a little whiles to go. And Camp Spook Show's coming, so that's gonna delay it even further. Is my point. So yeah.
Yep.
But anyways, yeah, that's the latest one. And then episode 110 comes out this Monday, Memorial Day, and it's our latest cannon fodder episode, Invasion USA, the Chuck Norris canon cult classic.
Oh yeah.
That will be coming out, like I said, Memorial Day, May 30th at 6 p.m. East. Unless you're a patron at the $5 level, you will get it early. So that will probably actually be up by either tomorrow or Friday over on Patreon, because it's we've already got it in the can. So be on the lookout for that if you're a patron.
We got it in the cannon.
Yeah, we got it in the cannon. Somebody got it in the cannon. But that reminds me, for Patreon, our next Crapster Piece Theater, we don't have this on the pretty little slide there, but the next one should be coming up very soon. It's going to be No Holds Barred. That's the one that won the poll last month that we still haven't cashed in yet. But that will be coming out, probably early next week. You'll get it by the end of the month. Cross our fingers, hopefully. But this month's poll, as you see right here in front of you, is for Crapster Piece Theater for next month. There are your 4 beautiful choices. You've got Oddballs, Care Bears Movie 2, A New Generation, Ernest Goes to Camp, and Meatballs Part 2. So
I got a bad feeling Care Bears is going to take it for some reason. God, I hope not.
Yeah, I think it's safe.
I'm thinking. Well, I don't want to influence the vote.
Yeah.
I will say that right now in the clubhouse, it's not Care Bears right now. So I'll just say that. But you never know.
Yeah.
If somebody really wanted to mess with us, yeah, Care Bears movie.
That'd be the. Ugh. I'd say typically you'd say, yeah, there's not really a bad one in the bunch, but this is Crapster Piece Theater.
Yeah, so they're all bad. Yeah, they're all varying degrees of bad.
Yeah.
Just because you've seen it before and might have enjoyed some part of it doesn't mean you will, 20 years later. So, and I'm looking at you, Ernest Goes to Camp. Like, even though like maybe when you were 10, this is awesome. Now probably not so much. So we'll find out, but one way or the other. But yeah, you've got until the end of the month, literally until next Tuesday at 11:59 p.m.
Yeah,
you can vote various ways. You can go over to patreon.com/AA-Spook-Show. You don't have to be a patron to vote. It's it's free. It's unlocked. You can vote there, over to our Twitter at AA-Spook-Show, on all of our socials. If you just comment anywhere, just randomly say Care Bears, then we'll count it. So that's and then we'll tally them all up on June 1st, and then we'll let you know what wins, and that'll be the Crapster Piece for next month over on Patreon. Coming soon. Just looking beyond that, like I mentioned just a minute ago, the Crapster Piece Theater of No Holds Barred, that should be very soon. within early next week. We promise that'll be there. But we're going to kick off Camp Spook Show. What's the date on that? June 6th, I believe it is. Yeah, that's episode 111 you see there. That's June 6th. That'll be the beginning of Camp Spook Show. And basically the whole theme throughout the summer, if you haven't been listening here lately when we've been talking about it, is all the movies, even if it's not a horror movie, they will all be summer camp themed. That's really the main criteria. But otherwise, every other week, horror films, the ones in between like Cult Corner, Cannon Fodder, even our Spook Show spotlights and everything, they will be summer camp related all throughout up until like mid-August. So episode 111 is Will's choice, and he selected You Might Be the Killer. I think that was from 2018.
Yeah.
None of us have seen that. So that'll be coming at you on June 6th. Then the next week will be our next Cult Corner, episode 112. Now, the reason there's a big question mark is what we are about to do here in just a second. We are going to spin the wheel and make the deal. We have all came up with 4 separate choices, and we're going to spin the wheel to decide what that is going to be. So you want to go ahead and put that up, Donnie, the little graphic with the...
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
There's the stinger. Looking with horror as to what the 4 choices are. So you've got meatball. Now these aren't as bad as crap.
Yeah.
These are cold.
These are, like...
I mean, they might be varying degrees of like, oh, I'd like to see this versus that. But we all 4 chose one apiece. And we have their Wet Hot American Summer, Meatballs, Addams Family Values, and Space Camp. So one of those 4, this isn't up for vote. We're going to spin the wheel, and then we make the deal. We have to watch whatever, we're gonna spin the wheel and then eliminate one until we get down to the last one. So whenever you get a chance to pop that up, Donnie, we'll go ahead and spin the wheel and see what fate will allow us.
Yeah, we'll just do it now. So here we go.
Before you do that, Cash 5000 says, "Would you like to buy a vowel?"
No.
Well, anyway, go ahead and make the first spin and see what's gone.
Right. Here we go. Oh shit! I clicked on the wrong damn one. Fuck.
Space Camp is gone.
Space Camp is eliminated. It's unfortunate, but here we go.
Smoke, that was your choice, just to pull back the curtain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Smoke's choice is gone.
Here we go.
It's going to be Donnie's. Everyone's Donnie's. It's rigged. Donnie rigged.
It's not. Thing is,
Addams Family Values is off the wheel. Now, this was Will's choice.
Yeah, that was Will's choice.
So he's not going to win. So, Donnie, it's between you and I. I chose Meatballs, and you chose Wet Hot American Summer, correct?
I did. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Let's see. Well, Meatballs it is.
Donnie's streak is gone, I guess.
Yeah. Actually, no, it was the streak with the thing about the streak is that what it is the Crapster Piece Theater. It seems that every movie
the Crapster Piece.
Yeah, it just seems that every movie I have recommended has been covered on Crapster Piece Theater. So I guess without...
So it's going to be the Bill Murray cult comedy classic, Meatballs. So
that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Now, what will be interesting is if, because, Meatballs Part 2 is currently on the Crapster Piece Theater poll. So it could happen here where we watch Meatballs and then immediately watch Meatballs 2 for Crapster Piece. So
that'd be fun.
Yeah. We'll see how the poll ends up over on that end of it. But yeah, so there you go. That'll be episode 112. Our next Cult Corner will be Meatballs. I think that was 1980, Smoke. Does that sound right?
79, I believe. Pretty sure 79.
79. Yeah.
It was right when Bill Murray was at the height of his powers there, like coming off of SNL, right? So there you go. I guess that's all we got here off the preamble, though, Donnie. Now that we've spun the wheel, so what are the latest deadlines in horror news?
All right, yeah, it's going to be a little short on headlines, but so there was a Jaws actor was named police chief. It's basically his name is Jonathan Searle, and he played one of the pranksters with a cardboard fin in Jaws.
One of those kids that would have got the shit beat out of
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. So he's going to be police chief of a town called Oak Bluffs in Martha's Vineyard, where Jaws was filmed. So yeah, and we covered Jaws in episode 35, I believe it was.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of an interesting little. Yeah, just kind of an interesting little tidbit.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that means like either that guy was from around there and that's how he was in the movie, or did he move there like later on just because of the movie? He probably,
I don't know.
Right? I mean, like it was such a small role. Maybe they were local kids.
Yeah,
and he just still lived there or whatever. Yeah, that's interesting though.
Yeah,
maybe if there is a Jaws attack up there, he'll handle it differently now that he's in charge.
Maybe so, maybe not. But yeah, as far as your daily dose of what the fuck, so Winnie the Pooh is Blood and Honey is the name of this. It's basically it's an indie film. Not much else is known about it other than exactly what it looks like. It's basically a horror readaptation or adaptation.
I don't know where that picture came from, whether that's the movie or something else, but that is horrifying.
Yeah,
that's haunting.
Yeah.
Ooh,
No.
Piglet, you have no arms. Piglet. No.
Yeah. I've seen, and
Blood, honey.
I did see some other stills from this, and Piglet's mask. I mean, it just looks like. Honestly, I don't remember all the fucking characters' names, but reminds me of the Warthog from Ninja Turtles.
I'm not sure if that was Bebop or Rocksteady. I'm not
sure. Yeah, one of those. Jeez, yeah, but yeah.
That is yeah. I don't know. I mean, wait, just on the surface, it kind of reminds me of what a few years ago they made. Their Cash 5000 said it was Bebop. He was the one that I could never tell honestly. I could never remember which one was which. But anyways, this reminds me of that a few years ago. Smoke. They made that Banana Splits horror movie. I never saw it, but yeah, basically kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah. We watched that one. That was pretty fun. That was pretty entertaining. Hopefully, this one will be at least as entertaining as that one.
I'm surprised. I mean, like, it's one thing, like, if it's Hanna-Barbera, Banana Splits, like, maybe you can get away with it. But I'm surprised they could get away with this with Disney.
Yeah, I don't know I haven't looked into that. I don't know what the copyright thing is with it. I don't know. Did it exist? Did the character of Pooh, I guess, maybe existed before Disney? Right. Kind of like they do with, Snow White and all that stuff. It's like the story.
You're right. Yeah, the original books may have existed before Disney got a hold of it. You're right. Maybe. Maybe that's how they're able to do it. But who the hell sits around, like, takes a hit and then, like, oh yeah, here we go. Blood and honey.
That's exactly how that should have happened.
I just got a great idea, man. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, it pretty much kind of winds out the headlines though.
The conventions there's 4, so we'll blow through these pretty quick. We've got CoreCon in Fargo, North Dakota. That is May 26th to the 29th. So that actually starts tomorrow. That's Thursday through Sunday, so 4 days. It's a science fiction convention with anime, fantasy, and horror programming. So there's a little bit of everything. Guests include Midwest Paranormal, the paranormal investigators. They'll be there. So if you're in the Fargo, North Dakota area, you're just begging for something to do, I'm sure. Then there you go. You've got MobyCon in Mobile, Alabama. That's May 27th through the 29th, so Friday through Sunday. Guests include Mutiny Burlesque, and then there's a bunch of authors and cosplayers and stuff. And kind of the same thing at MissCon in Missoula, Montana, May 27th to the 30th. Guests there include author Charlene Harris and other authors and cosplayers. But the biggest one, arguably, that's going on this weekend that we could find is not too awfully far from where, the general area where we live. It's up in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's Carolina Fear Fest 2022. You can go to carolinafearfest.com for tickets and information. Guests there include, though, Clint Howard, Ken Faree, Daniel Harris, Felissa Rose, Tom Savini, tons more. So this is actually like probably the only one that really sounds like you know, as a horror fan, you'd want to go hit. So there you go. That's the 4 conventions going on randomly here in the U.S. or actually worldwide. Those are the only ones that really popped up. Box office report from this past weekend. So this is the weekend of May 20th through the 22nd. Number 5 is the new, I think this is A24, right? Smoke Men.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Yeah. That one hit number 5. Number 4 is still on the top 5 list is old Sonic the Hedgehog Part 2 in its 7th week. It fell down from number 3. Down from number 2 at number 3 is The Bad Guys in its 5th week. So, you know, the animated pictures, you know, they usually do pretty well this time of year. So no surprise. Number 2 was the debut of Downton Abbey, A New Era. So I think that's like the second of the Downton Abbey films. And number 1 for the 3rd straight week, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness made $32.3 million for a total so far of $342.7 million. So success, obviously. Needless to say.
Yeah. So
and new releases, there was only 2 this week. And both, neither of those are technically this week. That first one, The Bad Seed Returns, is next Monday, May 30th, and that's on Lifetime. Apparently, this is a sequel to another Lifetime movie. So,
is it set during Christmas time or no? No, that's not. Like Lifetime.
All I know is that it's got McKenna Grace in it. She's the star. Like I think that's who you see on the poster. That's all I know, and that it's a sequel. So, if you're into Lifetime horror movies, then there you go. And then the next Tuesday, May 30th, you've got what is that, row 19? Yeah. It almost looks like row 18 when you're just kind of quickly looking at the poster there, but it's row 19. That's on VOD and DVD next Tuesday, the 31st. And those are the only new releases this week. So that's it. What, Donnie, you got any horror anniversaries to speak of this week?
Yeah, we do. We basically have the, the Holy Grail trifecta here. So Peter Cushing, his birthday is May 26th, which is actually this, I guess it would be tomorrow.
Yep.
But yeah, he has 131 acting credits, legend. But I guess he would primarily be known for Star Wars, The Curse of Frankenstein, Horror Express, many, many others. But yeah, his birthday is tomorrow, and also celebrating a birthday, I believe it's on Friday. Vincent Price, another legend. But yeah, he has 211 acting credits, most notably House on Haunted Hill, The Abominable Dr. Phibes, or I believe it's Phibes.
We'll go with it.
Yep.
Thriller, the voice of Thriller.
A Vincent Price rap in Thriller.
Yeah, it's fun. It's always fun, man. But yeah, Vincent Price, and then also Christopher Lee, another legend. But yeah, he's got 286 acting credits. He played Dracula 7 times for Hammer Films. I believe it was 7 times. He is also known for Star Wars and the Lord of the Rings trilogy to our generation, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah,
and a heavy metal album or 2.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
If he'd have only lived 7 more years, he would have been 100 years old Friday.
Dang,
it's crazy. What's crazy too is that like these dudes, all 3 of these dudes were close friends.
Yeah.
Peter Cushing, Vincent Price, and Christopher Lee, and then they all basically shared a birthday. But Cushing was only 1 day apart, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
It didn't get much bigger than that to have those 3 dudes lined up when we're talking about these anniversaries.
Yeah, so yeah, it's always important to us to to recognize the icons that basically pioneered this genre.
Yeah, no doubt.
So,
and ironically, you might as well just leave Christopher Lee's slide there because his the anniversary of his passing will be next week. June 7th. So that's in our little window of when we mention it. So yeah.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, I guess that pretty much wraps it up there, right?
Yeah, just want to remind you guys again to vote on our socials for the Crafts Piece Theater poll. I mean, you can just
getting
leave
all
it.
choked up over this poll, huh?
Jesus, yeah, it's freaking awful.
Meatballs Part 2, Ernest Goes to Camp, Care Bears Movie 2, A New Generation, and Oddballs. Those are the choices. Smoke, other than the one that you picked, do you have a personal favorite there?
I don't know that the one I picked is my personal favorite necessarily.
True.
I put that on there because, well, it fits that criteria that we're going for the camp, but I haven't seen that movie since it first, whatever, was on, I don't know, video or movie channel or wherever I saw it back then. Meatballs 2, as crappy as it is another one I haven't seen since back in the day. I've seen it more times than Oddballs, and I've seen it probably a little bit, I mean, it's still talking about back in the 90s, probably 90, 91 last time I saw that movie. And I had a soft spot for it a little bit back then. We'll see how that holds up now if we end up going with that movie. So, if I had to pick one that I'd like to maybe see, take it, might be, like I say, I don't want it, not to influence anybody.
Well,
but
your better half just said Ernest isn't awful. So that's about as ringing of an endorsement as you're going to get for all four of these turds. Well, that one's not awful.
So, yeah, that's true. Yeah, at least it's not awful. Yes, it might not. It's probably not the best. Well, definitely not the best of the Ernest movies, but it's definitely better than probably any of the other movies up there.
Maybe. I still feel though, like, I think any of these, if you've seen any of them at some point in the past, like, well, I remember not hating that.
Yeah.
I think you're going to hate it now.
It's a different scale.
That's what I'm
yeah. You're right.
Like Care Bears movie 2 is what it is. I'm sure I never even saw that back in the day. My sister is 5 years younger than me. I might have been tortured with having to watch it because she was maybe watching or something. But the other three, the other three I probably, enjoyed to some degree or level back then, but if any one of those three makes it in, it'd be interesting to see how it stacks up now.
Cash 5000 says you haven't seen Ernest Goes to Africa then. Man, there's some really bad ones of those Ernest series. I have a feeling like if we really wanted to, you could just do Crafts Piece Theater of an Ernest movie every month.
Oh my God.
2 years. There's a ton of them.
Oof.
But anyways, yeah, so go to the socials, go to patreon.com/AASpookShow, go to our Twitter @AASpookShow, and cast your vote. Sorry, I'm getting choked up over it now too.
Oh God!
Cast your vote.
What a beautiful
what kind of horse shit you're going to put us through next month? What else we got, Donnie? No, coming soon. I forgot.
Yeah. So episode 111 will be out. Was it June
6th?
What is it? Yeah, June 6th. And then we just spun the wheel, made the deal with Meatballs. From 1979. That'll be episode 112 from our Camp Spook Show Cult Corner. And in just a couple of days here, hopefully early next week, we'll get out No Holds Barred for May's Crafts Piece Theater.
Yeah, if we don't get that out by Monday, I'd say almost certainly, barring some tragic chain of events, most certainly by Tuesday. It will be on Patreon, hopefully. So,
yep, and that'll do it.
Yeah, there you go. So there's all the social information. There's all the series and every little random thing that we do. It's all there on the screen. So thanks for watching here on Deadline Horror News for this week. Make sure you join us. Click down on the bottom to be notified whenever we go live. But it's every Wednesday night here on our YouTube channel at 9 p.m. East. And don't forget, every Monday at 6 p.m. East, wherever you get your podcast, or right here on our YouTube channel, new episodes of the All-American Spookshow podcast come out. So for Will, who couldn't be with us, and Donnie and the Professor Smoke, I'm Josh. We are the All-American Spookshow Horror Podcast, and we will talk to you next week.
See you guys.
Later.